Hello, Cecil County in the world. Rob Churnside here. I missed last week, but this week, tonight, November the 3rd, is going to be the best night of our lives so far. And I'll tell you why. We have a jam-packed show, and right now and only now, Tracy Reynolds, welcome. I'm so glad you can be here on Cecil TV, and you can take that to the bank, Cecil Bank, right?
Yes. Thank you, Bob. It's good to be here.
Well, it's great to be here. At my age, it's great to be anywhere above the green. Mm-hmm. Seen and not viewed.
Right.
We want the views on Cecil TV. But anyway, we're going to talk about credit cards and debit cards tonight, right?
Yes. So I thought tonight we'd talk about what's the difference between a debit card and a credit card. Because people ask a lot, well, why should I use a credit card? Why should I use a debit card?
Well, let's start off with a little trick, shall we?
Okay.
Just see how savvy you are about this stuff. I took these cards out of my wallet. Pick a card, any card.
I want this one.
That's a credit card.
No, this is a debit card.
It's from my bank, and when I go to the grocery store, they said, you want credit or debit? And I put credit, push yellow, no pin.
You can do that.
Oh, it says debit on it.
But it says debit on it, which means when you make that purchase for those groceries, it's coming out of your bank account.
And all these, Wisvis Visa, Citgo, Sunoco, and JCPenney, they're all credit cards, right?
That is correct. This is a credit card.
They're all plastic. What's the difference?
Well, some are colorful than others.
Yes, that's true. In the fiscal sense.
Correct.
What's the difference?
So, in the physical sense, a debit card, the money comes out of your bank account. Meaning, if you are trying to spend $1,000 and you only have $100 in there, it's probably not going to go through. Right? A credit card is essentially a line of credit. So you had to apply, give them your annual income, your personal information, and so on and so forth, and they come back and they say how much credit they're willing to extend you. So you can make purchases up to that credit limit. So if your credit limit is only $1,000 and you're trying to spend $1,000, in theory, that charge should go through if you do not have any other charges or balance on that card. Okay? But at the end of the month, you need to pay that off, or you're going to be paying interest.
Interest, and this interest thing interests me. Get it? Little kind of.
That's
pun.
a nice little pun there, yeah.
Now, some cards have 9% interest. Some have 0% interest for 6 months. Some have 29% interest.
So,
should you look at the interest when you get a credit card?
You should. You should, and that's why sometimes people like to use their debit card. So debit cards are better off for using those everyday purchases. You're going to get gas, you're going to get groceries, things of that nature. You use your debit card. Money comes out of your bank account, it's paid for, it's done, it's over.
Now, if I went to get gas with my credit card, is there a downside on that?
Well, it depends on whether or not the pump has a cash option, which could be a couple cents cheaper on a gallon, or a credit option. So if you use your debit card to purchase gas and you hit credit, you're going to pay that higher fee because you're hitting credit. Now,
Right.
if you use debit and you put your PIN number in at the pump, you will essentially, in most cases, you pay cash. So you have the cash fee or the cash option, which could be a couple cents cheaper. Make sense?
Yeah, you save money with your debit card.
You save money with your debit card in that instance, yes. So there's no interest.
So you could actually, and my wife does this, you take one credit card and you get an offer for another one, 0% interest for 6 months, and you pay off the existing balance on the previous credit card with the 0% interest. It's kind of like building a house of cards, isn't it?
It is building a house of cards, and what people don't understand or don't necessarily read the fine print is you're paying a transfer fee. So you might be paying 0% for that 6 months, but you just paid a 6% transfer fee on top of that money that you just transferred. So they're going to get, the credit card companies are going to make their money one way or another.
So you should, one of the take-home messages is know what's in your wallet and know how it works. Right?
That is correct. That's correct. Now, credit cards are great because especially if you are very diligent and you're like, okay, you know, I'm going to use my credit card for everything that I do. A lot of people do that because they build up rewards points or cash back and things of that nature, and they're diligent. At the end of the week, they make a payment and pay it off, or the end of the month, they pay it off, and then they're not paying any interest. But there are some people that instead of paying that off, they make that minimum payment. So that gas charge just wound up costing you, instead of it being $50, it might cost you $65 because you did not pay it off at the end of the month.
Yeah, okay. Well, is there any encompassing take-home message for our viewers about credit cards and debit cards?
Just know what's in your wallet. Know how your own financial spending. If you are a diligent person, there's nothing wrong with credit cards. Credit cards are good. I am a firm believer that everybody should have a credit card in their wallet because some things you need in this world, you need a credit card to do. Renting a car is not advisable to use your debit card. Booking hotel rooms are not advisable for credit card or for debit card, excuse me, because those pre-hold authorizations are holding on your debit card. So you can only use your debit card for up to so much. You may have $10,000 in your bank account, but your debit card, the bank's going to say you can only use $2,000 per day of that money. Well, then you're stuck because the hotel reservation or the car reservation purchase is $700. Well, that just reduced $700 off that $2,000. So unfortunately, you're traveling, you don't have any other income. And if it is a weekend and a holiday on Monday, that means you can't talk to the bank until Tuesday.
Right.
And that's generally the same business day. So Saturday, Sunday, and Monday are one business day.
Right. That makes sense.
So that's tying up your thing, where if you put that money on the credit card, okay, you're good. You can still go on and do what you want to do.
You've raised in my mind a couple of questions like on interest, and I'm interested in interest, and maybe you come back and talk about interest in general, on savings, on credit cards, how they compound
How do they
monthly,
compound
yearly.
the interest?
I have no clue.
That's a good topic. We should talk about that. Maybe next month we'll do that. I was actually thinking about next month, maybe you and I could have a little pop quiz.
You did really well with this one.
I did.
Are you going to quiz me next
Yes.
month? Oh.
Well, I've been here for several months now. I've talked about
Get the orange cone out.
a lot of different financial things. Maybe we
Okay.
could have a little pop quiz and I can ask you.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll go to cecil.tv on my computer and look at the previous shows and study them, like all our viewers do all the time.
I think that's a good idea.
Thank you very much, Tracy. It's been very educational and informative and entertaining.
Bob, happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you.
Thank you.